Hey there, this is going to be a big one. We are looking at the first main chunk of information in your CV. We are looking at the education. Now, you remember I got this big CV from a scholar, and yeah, that's what he handed in. It's all been anonymized, so but it's still close enough. Yeah. This is pretty much exactly what he sent me, and that's education and professional qualifications. Well, there were quite some Google certificates and things where that I already sorted out, but still, this is bachelor's, master's, and a few scholarships, and I want to show you how you can summarize all of that information in a much more compact and much more readable way. So we'll zoom in on just the first item. Um, so you see here, it's the MSc in management and the accompanying scholarship. Well, I would summarize all of this into those 3 lines, and I think it's much more readable. The degree should be in bold. This is what recruiters are looking for. They want to know, hey, are you qualified for the job? Do you meet the requirements? Do you have your master's? This is the key information. And if the recruiter is interested in your master's, then they will read the following lines. Yeah. The date, absolutely in a separate column. Yeah, all the research literature is agreeing that the dates should be nicely separated, that you can easily check the timeline. If there are gaps and overlaps, and it's just really useful. Then I prefer to have all the workplaces or institutions in italics. This is not a must, but I think it's nice, and the most important thing is to keep it consistent. Yeah, once you decide to do that, you need to stick with it. And then you can see that I smuggled in the scholarship within this job qualification, because otherwise, if you wait for this awards and scholarship section, it only appears very late. And I think if you're applying for an academic position where scholarly qualifications matter, then a scholarship by DAAD is really helpful. So it should appear as early as possible in your CV. Yeah, so this is the comparison. You can see the blue one is what I got, and the black one is what I came up with. And yeah, obviously, we take up half the space, and I think it's much easier to scan for our recruiter. Now, this is the entirety, and if we apply the same strategy at all the points, this is what we come up with. I've also shortened this long section heading into just education. And now you can easily check, okay, MSc, BSc, KCSE, KCPE. And yeah, the general recommendation is that you should just skip the primary. Yeah, it's really not needed. And then I would absolutely recommend to change the wording. I mean, if you're among the top 20 graduates of 900,000 school leavers, that is worth noticing. Yeah. So before it was just grade A, highest possible grade in Kenyan system. Yeah, that technically you're right. But I mean, in Germany, hundreds of thousands of students receive a sehr gut, which is the equivalent. Yeah, but being among the top 20 is quite an achievement. And yeah, you should definitely make that visible. And yeah, with that, I hope you can shine when you hand in your CV.